Oskar Schindler was born on April 28, 1908, in a small town in Poland. He grew up in a family that was not very rich but lived comfortably. His father owned a factory, which influenced Schindler's interest in business. Schindler did not do very well in school and was often rebellious. He left school early and worked in various jobs to support himself. In his younger years, he showed little interest in politics or the problems in the world. After working in several businesses, Schindler decided to try his luck in the business world. In 1936, Schindler married Emily and they moved to different cities as he tried to build a career. By 1939, World War II had started, and the world was changing rapidly. Schindler saw an opportunity to make money in Krakow, which was occupied by Nazi Germany. He opened a factory that produced enamelware like pots, pans, and other kitchen items. Schindler did not initially care about the war or the suffering of the Jewish people. At first, he hired Polish workers, but as the Nazi occupation continued, Schindler turned to hiring Jewish workers. Jewish people were often forced into ghettos or concentration camps, where they lived in horrible conditions. Schindler saw the Jewish workers as cheap labor, and this helped his business grow. However, as the war continued and he saw more of the suffering around him, Schindler began to change. The Nazis were sending Jews to concentration camps, where they were worked to death or murdered. This treatment shocked Schindler, and he started to feel a deep sense of responsibility toward his workers. He realized that he had the power to do something to save them. Schindler began using his wealth to protect the Jewish people who worked in his factory. He started to pay bribes to Nazi officers and officials to prevent them from sending his workers to the camps. He also lied to the Nazis, telling them that his factory was essential for the war effort. The more he saw, the more Schindler became determined to protect as many Jews as possible. He used his factory as a shield to keep his workers safe despite the dangers. Schindler's efforts were not just about money, but about saving lives. Over time, Schindler compiled a list of over 1,200 Jewish workers. This list, called Schindler's List, became a symbol of hope and survival for the people on it. Schindler spent a huge amount of his money paying off Nazi officers and convincing them to keep his workers safe. At great personal risk, he saved as many lives as possible, despite the danger to himself. He even arranged for some workers to be sent to another factory in Czechoslovakia to keep them out of harm's way. Schindler was constantly moving and negotiating with the Nazis to protect his workers. His life was at great risk because he was going against the Nazis' wishes, but he did not stop. Schindler's factory became a rare place where Jewish workers could survive the horrors of the war. He did not treat his workers as slaves. He tried to make their lives as comfortable as possible under the circumstances. Many of the workers he saved never forgot what he did for them. He went to great lengths to help those who were suffering, despite having little personal gain. After the war ended, Schindler was no longer a wealthy man. He had spent nearly all of his money protecting the Jewish workers in his factory. He had given up his fortune to save their lives. In the years after the war, Schindler moved to Germany, where he tried to start new businesses. Unfortunately, Schindler was never able to rebuild his wealth, and he struggled financially for the rest of his life. He also faced personal difficulties because of his past actions during the war. Many of the people he saved continued to try and support him. Schindler's factory workers remembered him for what he did and tried to help him after the war. Schindler did not seek attention or fame for his actions. He always said that he did what any decent person would have done in the same situation. But to the 1,200 people he saved, Schindler was a true hero. In 1962, Schindler was honored by the Israeli government. He was named Righteous Among the Nations, a title given to people who helped save Jews during the Holocaust. Schindler's actions were finally recognized worldwide as an example of selflessness and courage. His story spread, and people learned of his bravery and sacrifice. In 1982, a film called Schindler's List was made about his life. The movie told the story of how Schindler saved over 1,000 Jewish people during the war. It brought his story to millions of people around the world and helped educate new generations about the Holocaust. The film showed the incredible risks Schindler took and the suffering he witnessed during the war. The movie was a great success and won many awards, including 7 Academy Awards. Schindler's legacy lived on through the movie, and his story became known worldwide. Oskar Schindler passed away on October 9, 1974, in Germany. He was buried in a Catholic cemetery in Hildesheim, Germany, where he had lived after the war. Though Schindler did not have much wealth at the time of his death, he had something far more valuable: the respect and gratitude of those he saved. Schindler's actions have continued to inspire people around the world to stand up for what is right, even in the face of danger. His story shows that one person can make a huge difference in the world. His bravery in the face of evil continues to teach us the importance of kindness, courage, and doing the right thing. Schindler's actions remind us that even in the darkest times, humanity can shine through. Oskar Schindler is remembered as a hero who gave everything he had to save others. His story is a reminder to all of us that, no matter who we are or where we come from, we can make a positive difference in the world. Schindler will forever be remembered as a person who saved over 1,200 lives and showed the world the power of compassion and selflessness. His legacy will continue to inspire future generations to make the world a better place for all.